The Witch of Endor. It's a story that always fascinated me in the Bible because it could not explain why it seemed to be in contradiction to supposedly the mandate in the Bible, which I still have not found, against witchcraft and all forms of magic. I've never found that in the Bible. Now, I know what you might say, well, I've read the Bible a million times, I saw it. Study deeper. So the Witch of Endor. King Saul goes to see her because he can't hear from God. And so he has his compatriots, his dudes, right? Like, oh my goodness, I can't hear from God. This king is about to come and kill us. We're about to be in this war. I can't hear from God. I don't know what to do. Oh my God, find me somebody that can hear. Find me somebody that's, psychic, a medium. Find me somebody because I need some help. They were like, oh, she lived right down there. Now, how did they know where she lived just like that when supposedly King Saul had cleared the land of all the magic practicing people? Yet they knew where she was. Okay, so he puts on a disguise because, of course, he can't walk in there and say, I'm King Saul, because he's the one that ran all the magical people away. So he puts on a disguise. He looks like a regular person, and him and the dudes, they go there at nighttime in the stealth of night, and they go to her place, and she opens the door, come on in, what's happening? And he says, I need you to do something for me. You know what? I need you to pull up King Samuel, Prophet Samuel. She's like, oh, no, I'm not doing nothing like that. No, don't you know that's illegal? No, I'm not doing that. Y'all trying to get me killed. They were like, no, we promise we won't tell a soul. We promise you'll be safe. You're good. And she said, well, who do you want to see? And so they said, Prophet Samuel. And she went and she did her ritual and she did what she did. And she pulled up the Prophet Samuel just like that. Now, can I ask you a question? Why, if witchcraft is condemned in the Bible, why with Prophet Samuel, a faithful prophet of God until he died, why would he come at the beckoning of a necromancer? No one in the church could ever answer that question for me. And trust me, I asked a lot of people that, wait a minute now, there's something I'm not understanding. These things are not adding up. Can somebody help me? Valerie, don't question God. I ain't questioning God, I'm questioning y'all jokers. Okay, she pulls up Prophet Samuel. Prophet Samuel said, hey, that's King Saul. She was like, what? Why you didn't tell me you the king? Samuel told her. He's communicating with her. She was like, oh, really? And he was like, yeah, it's me. And then the king says, you see him? She said, yeah, I see him. What does he look like? She describes him. That's him. That's King Samuel. Prophet Samuel. Ask him what's going to happen. I need to hear from God. I need to hear something. The witch asked him. Prophet Samuel told her, well, tell him it's not going to go well for him tomorrow. He about to die, and his son is about to die too. She was like, well, it's not going to go good for you tomorrow. Because Prophet Samuel said, you about to die, and your son about to die too. It's King Saul. Oh my God, this is horrible. I go, no. Oh my God, I don't know what to do. He was all to pieces. The witch was like, oh my goodness, this man is just losing it. So she says, listen, after they finished the ritual and Samuel was like, deuces, I'm going back to heaven. And the witch was like, deuces. She's like, look at this man. This man is a mess. She said to him, listen, get yourself together. He was like, oh, we're gonna die. My son's gonna die. Oh my God. She was like, listen, get yourself together. Let me feed you. So the witch, she goes, and back in the day, you can't just feed people just like pull something out your microwave. Back in the day, you had to go get the flour and the olive oil, start rolling the little dough out, put it on the fire, go cut some beets and veggies, throw it in the pot, stew over the fire, maybe kill a little chicken or a bird or something in the back or a little goat or whatever you have. It took a minute to make a meal. She makes him this meal, which very well was his last meal. She made him a meal. She said, here, eat. She comforted him. And they never told you the story. And maybe you never read it, but I would offer that you go read it. That the witch is a healer. And that the witch was a comforter. And that the witch was a necromancer. and that the witch had clear audience, clear sentience, clear hearing. She had the clairs, and she was helping people. She was using her gifts to uplift people and was able to comfort this man that was a king that didn't understand her powers. He didn't understand them. Because if he had understood them, he never would have run them all away in the first place, only to turn around and need a witch.